Now, for more on this declaration, we're joined in the studio by our own Sourav Roy. Sourav, thanks for coming in. Help us understand this virus and how serious it really is. Is it contagious? Is there any way to prevent it other than the most basic steps of using mosquito repellent and sleeping under a mosquito net?
It's not contagious, but it's really serious. It's not something that spreads by touch. It spreads by a vector, which is the mosquito. But what's really alarming about this is that it is targeting a highly vulnerable population, which is pregnant women, for whom the outcome is horrible, which is microcephaly. And just using DDT doesn't really help because DDT has, its own issues, environmental degradation and other things. And to really develop a vaccine for the virus is at the moment quite impossible because it involves and it includes testing on pregnant women, which in turn has ethical as well as practical concerns. So at the moment, I think that the best efforts that countries can do put together is to ensure that you eradicate the mosquito. So the fight is actually against the mosquito so as to defeat the virus.
It's going to take time, as you said, to develop a vaccine, if that's even possible. But there have also been signs of the virus being found to be contained in sperm. So we can't even be sure if it can be either sexually transmitted or be considered contagious because the link hasn't even been scientifically made between the virus and microcephaly.
I'm not really sure about the sexually transmitted part of the virus because that has to be consistent for every person. I mean, it has to happen every time the virus passes on from one person to the other during a sexual process. Then it has to be applicable for the entire human population. But this is happening in cases only for women. It's not happening for men. Men seem to be vectors. Women seem to be the one who are affected in this thing. So the mystery of the virus really deepens at the moment. But what really is known about it is that it has side effects, which is microcephaly, and that the virus has evolved over the last couple of years and over decades, and it has now become more of an urban virus, which is resistant to urban lifestyle and is used to urban lifestyle instead of a typical virus that you would find in its nascent stages.
Okay, Sourav, we're going to have to leave it there. Thanks so much for sharing your insights.